And today we remember Ilana's last relationship, which died 8 years ago on this day. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times.
Hey guys, it's Ilana and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I am going to be talking about why I'm still single, the brutally honest truth, after 8 years of not having a boyfriend. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I'm a single girl, obviously, navigating this crazy dating world, going through ups and downs. So if you are on this journey, just like I am, hit the subscribe button down below and ring the bell so you don't miss any of my videos. So without further ado, let's get into it. So it is true. I'm very picky and selective when it comes to guys. Personally, I think it's quite an honor if I let you date me or kiss me or have sex with me in general. I personally see that as a true privilege and an honor because I'm so picky. So if you got into that stage, well, congratulations. It means I think you are at least good looking enough and have a great personality to continue further with me until you decide that you're no longer interested in me anymore. That's usually how it works. I'm very picky when it comes to guys. I'm not afraid to admit that, but I believe that being this picky weeds out all the bad ones, and I have to really dig deep into what I really want. And by being this selective, that's gonna really help me find what I want and what I need in a partner. And I've been able to kind of get that down to begin with. The pickier I get and the more guys that I go on dates with, better ideas I have of what I know I exactly need in a relationship. So if you are picky, just like me, keep being picky. Honestly, it really weeds out all the bad people who you know will not be right for you, and you will eventually find what you were looking for. I'm way too independent. Like, way too independent. I love doing things on my own. I just always feel like I can't rely on others to help me out, and I feel like the only person that I can depend on is myself. So that's kind of stopped me from getting into a relationship just because I'm worried that some of my independence is going to be taken away from me. But I'm also hoping if I do start dating someone that I'm able to find that balance, and I know that's something that I can work out by being able to still be my own person, but also still being able to share my life with somebody. I definitely think my independence has definitely been a reason as to why I'm still single. And I kind of put that wall up, and I just want to be by myself sometimes. And it seems like I'm always just preferring that. Every single day, I'm always learning on how to better improve myself and to focus on my goals. I definitely have career goals that I want to accomplish, financial goals that I want to accomplish, personal goals that I want to accomplish. And I feel like when I am doing all of this, it kind of distracts me from dating. And so when I'm not dating, therefore I'm still single and I'm still, again, focusing on myself, wanting to make changes and improvements in my life. I am a very ambitious person, and I am working hard each and every day to try and accomplish that so I can be where I am in life. I'm only 27, and I still have plenty of time to continue my journey to find that success in what I'm looking for in my own life outside of a relationship. I mean, this definitely is a reason as to why I'm single. I've gone on so many dates. I've been the almost girl so many times in my life. But I've been dating all these guys who I thought had boyfriend potential, but turns out I wasn't girlfriend potential to them. And that hurts. So when you've been constantly been led on and screwed over and over and over again, it's exhausting. And I would rather be single and not date when I just feel like the same pattern is just going to repeat itself. All the guys that I've just gone out with have simply just not worked for me because they've all screwed me over in some kind of way. It really has been the guy and not me. One situation has been on me. That's a lie. But other than that, it really has been the guy ending things on his own terms, and they always say it has nothing to do with you, you're such a wonderful person, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just over it. So that's another reason as to why I've been single. I just haven't gotten the love and the respect from a man that I deserve. Big thing of like why I'm still single is that I am simply never around straight and very single dudes, especially good-looking dudes who have good personalities, of course. So work definitely is a good way to meet someone, even though you gotta be cautious with that. So finally, I went into a field where there are more guys, but all the guys that I work with are a lot younger than me. They all have girlfriends, or they're not straight. It's just hard when I'm never around single guys. I think that's always been really difficult, and it's funny because San Francisco is full of single straight guys, but I'm never around them. The only time I can be around them is if I go on a dating apps. But when I go to social functions with my friends, they all have girlfriends, and that's really frustrating. It's definitely hard being constantly around straight, very single guys. And when I mean very single, they're not texting girls. They're not dating a lot. They don't have someone in mind. That way I know that there's a chance at them being fair game. That's been a challenge for a good chunk of my life, not just in San Francisco, but even when I was in grad school, I was never around any single straight guys. And in college, I was around plenty, but they also were around girls that they were also trying to pursue. Therefore, they were not very single because they were still with girls. Again, if you're gonna be very single, it means you got nobody in your life.
Nobody.
Another thing that I've experienced about why I'm still single is that I think I really do intimidate a lot of guys. Some men are just straight up intimidated by how outspoken and how unapologetic I am, and the fact that I'm a feminist, and the fact that I am just not gonna tolerate bullshit, and I'm not gonna let a man try to control the way that I wanna live my life. I think that scares men because, again, they can be super sensitive and fragile, and they feel threatened by how I want to have some dominance over them, because I'm not gonna put up with such bad behavior. That's something that I am not gonna tolerate. And I think when I stand up for myself against misogyny or bad behavior, when men are just being mean and unkind, I'm gonna say something about that. And when I speak up, okay, she is too much for me. And I just find that to be really, really unfair. I just want to be respected. If you respect me and you are kind, then you will not be intimidated by me. But if you're going to be disrespectful, you're gonna judge the way that I look or judge me for the way that I am, I'm gonna stand up for myself, and you're not gonna like it. So I think that's been another reason as to why I'm single, because men just can't fathom the fact that I'm just a badass, and I'm not afraid to stand up to them. The last thing that has made me still single to this day is that I'm just so comfortable with who I am as a person. I have gotten very comfortable with being single to the point where it just feels super nice. And then when I start going on dates, I'm just like, okay, will this go anywhere? There's that whole vicious cycle of wondering if it's gonna go somewhere, and then it ends up nowhere, and then you have to rinse and repeat, and it's exhausting. I would rather stay single for the rest of my life than be with someone who is never good for me. At the same time, guys know that I'm very much open to a relationship. And again, I do want to be married. I do want to have my own family. And to me, that's very important. So it is important that I do get into a relationship, but I want it to come from a good place, and for me to find somebody who I know is going to be so perfect for me, and that it will never just me be getting into a relationship just for the sake of getting into a relationship, because at the end of the day, that's just not good for anyone. Don't ever get into a relationship for the sake of getting into a relationship. Make sure that this person you're getting into a relationship with is going to be good for you, because just because two people like one another doesn't mean that they're right for one another. Being single has definitely been a blessing in disguise. It can be really frustrating from time to time, but at the end of the day, this is why I'm still single, and I hope it kind of gives you some perspective on why you're still single as well, because just know that there is nothing wrong with you. Keep being the unapologetic person that you are. I promise you, there is someone out there for you, and if you never find that certain someone, and I hope you do, just know that you will always be enough. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if it gave you some sort of perspective on why you're still single and why you've learned to accept it, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!